I had never felt a sting like that evening. I leaned in, hoping for a simple moment of closeness, something that used to come naturally. But Vanessa jerked back as if I had done something unforgivable. "Gross!" she shouted, her voice bouncing off the walls with pure disgust. I stood frozen, trying to process the look in her eyes, cold, sharp, full of contempt. It wasn't just rejection, it was the message behind it. Months of distance suddenly made sense. The warmth between us had faded slowly, piece by piece, until nothing remained. I had tried everything to bridge the gap. Soft conversations, small gestures, patience upon patience. But intimacy can't be rebuilt alone. She had stopped meeting me halfway long ago. I didn't argue or raise my voice. I simply stepped back, watching her anger burn out while my mind quietly gathered every moment she had dismissed me, mocked me, or treated me like I no longer mattered. Nights spent alone on the couch, her cold stares, the silent cruelty she believed I would tolerate forever. But I wasn't surprised anymore. I had already prepared myself for what needed to happen. The next morning, I got ready early and left the house with calm certainty. Vanessa strutted around with her usual pride, confident that her insults had crushed me. She assumed my quietness meant defeat. She never realized silence can also be strategy. By evening, I had spoken with my lawyer and arranged a visit for the next day. I didn't intend to explode, shout, or retaliate. I wanted clarity, finality, and I wanted her to face the results of her behavior, something she never expected. That night, she went to bed thinking everything would go back to normal, that I'd ignore her cruelty like always. But I had already made my decision. No drama, no yelling, just action. The next morning, the doorbell rang exactly when planned. Vanessa answered it with a polite smile, expecting a delivery or a neighbor. Instead, she found my lawyer standing there. Her confusion was instant. Her posture stiffened, and for the first time in months, she didn't know what to say. She glanced at me, searching for reassurance, some hint that she still held control. She found none. "Good morning," I said calmly. The silence that followed made her nervous in a way I had never seen before. Her confidence slipped, her eyes darting between us as reality started to dawn on her. For months she had dismissed me and treated my presence like a burden. Now she was confronted with the consequences she never imagined. I didn't shout or smirk or push blame. I simply stood there, steady and quiet, while my lawyer explained the next steps. Vanessa's composure began to crack. Her hands trembled. Her breathing turned shallow. Every ounce of superiority she carried evaporated as she realized this time she couldn't manipulate the situation. By the afternoon, she was visibly falling apart. The woman who laughed at me the night before was now fighting tears, overwhelmed by a fear she couldn't hide anymore. It wasn't revenge I felt, just relief. A sense of balance returning after months of disrespect. "I didn't think it would come to this," she whispered, her voice shaking. But it had. She had mistaken my patience for passivity. She thought belittling me had no price. She believed her words could cut without consequence. She was wrong. I didn't argue or explain anything. There was nothing left to discuss. My silence, the legal documents, and the calm finality of my actions spoke louder than any emotional outburst ever could. Her panic deepened with every detail my lawyer laid out. Now she had to face the reality she had brushed aside for too long. By evening, the message was unmistakable. You cannot treat someone with cruelty and expect them to stay. All the mockery, all the cold nights, all the contempt, it all led her here. She was crying now, fully realizing what she had lost and why. It wasn't the paperwork that broke her. It was understanding that she had pushed too far for too long. She had believed she controlled everything. But I had quietly taken back my life. And when she finally recognized the weight of her mistake, it was far too late to undo any of it.